Greetings Wanderer, this is Atlas here and welcome to the Void. Today I'm going to be breaking down a song called Lady Maria of the Astral Clocktower from the Bloodborne original soundtrack. This is the winner of one of the latest polls that I did in my Patreon, so thank you very much for voting. I'm really looking forward to it, so onward. Okay. Lady Maria from Bloodborne original soundtrack. Boom. That beginning spiccato sounded like it was inspired by Jaws. The Jaws main theme. Starting tame and building up with the layers. That spiccato on the background keeps so much tension building and building. I think it is in 3x4 too. I've noticed that a lot of Bloodborne songs have the Waltz thing going on. I wonder if this was made by Yuka Kitamura. She loves her Wild of Choirs for sure. Yeah, super massive. All the layers involved. Oh. Those accents with the percussion. The timpani rolls. Oh, it just ended abruptly. I mean, I'm guessing that it's just repeating this section over and over again. Now let's break it down. Okay, so to start this breakdown, I just would like to mention some of the main attributes that this composition has. And you know, to me at least, one of the main ones, if not the main one, is that there's two identifiable, very identifiable sections in the composition. The first one is the first one that we hear in the song, which starts with this sort of solo cello playing in a spiccato part that starts to build up as the song adds layers, more layers and more layers that obviously are trying to give you like the build up towards what the second section is. But the first one, you know, is it's tight, it's boxed, it's almost claustrophobic, especially if you compare it to the second section. And obviously I think this is by design. It's like it's supposed to be that way, because that's the contrast that you hear from the get-go, from the first part of a song towards the second section that is more of a climax wall of sound kind of thing. Okay, so the first part is tamed. You have this piccato that also serves as a sort of a counter melody along the whole song, because you can hear that particular arrangement throughout the song, which serves very much for that purpose. But at the same time, you know, the first section of the song starts very boxed, almost claustrophobic and tight, but it starts to open up as we hear the layers that are incoming. You know, the composition starts adding layers of string sections playing legato, a legato phrase that eventually becomes this huge, massive wall of sound. So that's the first part of a song. The second part of a song, of course, it's where the climax comes in. It's like this massive explosion, right, of sound, the big wall of sound with the giga choirs. Because one thing that I'm not really sure if this song is composed by Yuka Kitamura, but it sounds like it's made by her. Because from all the songs that I have heard from her, she really likes to use choirs quite a lot. You know, she likes to do super big, massive giga choir arrangements in her compositions. And of course, the second part is obviously a contrast to the first part, where all the layers that are in the song become involved. This heightens or surpasses the threshold of tension, as well as the threshold of energy that was built before with the first part of a song. And you know, this is obviously the climax of a song. This is the part where it has the highest energy and whatnot. So taking that into consideration, I wonder if this difference in sections is actually phases, you know, in the boss, because I do know that this is a boss in the game, although I haven't played it in Bloodborne. So I wonder if this first, you know, tame section is actually a phase of the boss, and then you carry on to the second phase, which is the climax, you know, the big wall of sound that we hear. Okay, so to finalize my commentary, I just would like to mention that I think that the song has a waltz feel to it, and that's because, well, as far as I was counting, you know, it has the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, you know, the 3x4, the 3/4 time signature going on, and I think this is sort of, I don't know if this is you know, of happening for all the songs in the soundtrack of Bloodborne. But I think it was Ludwig that also had the waltz thing going on. So I wonder if, you know, that waltz feel is in most of the tracks of the soundtrack of Bloodborne, because it seems to me like it's starting to get into the familiar territory in which, you know, you will hear that sort of thing happening throughout other songs in the soundtrack of Bloodborne. So I think it was in Ludwig where I said the soundtrack or the song in specific was like a waltz of death. And there's a little bit of that going on here too, but however, I digress in the part where it's I mean, you could consider it also like a waltz of death in this regard too, because it's a boss battle, you know, high stakes or whatnot, you know. But Ludwig, I think it raises the bar completely in comparison to this track. Like Ludwig to me feels more like more things are at stake by the nature of the composition and whatnot. This also has the stakes of it, because you can hear it in the second part or the second section of the composition itself. But if you compare it to Ludwig, I would say that Ludwig has way more of that going on. So I'm gonna keep the waltz of that, or was it the Lawrence the First Vicar? It's either Ludwig or Lawrence the First Vicar, either one of those. That I said that it was the Waltz of Death. I am gonna keep that title towards that song specific, okay? Unless I hear another Bloodborne song that actually outwalls the song itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just wondering if that's the waltz element. It's like a common thread that it's unifying the whole soundtrack itself, which will be very cool, to be honest with you. Considering that the theme, one of the themes of the game is this sort of bleak Victorian sort of thematic within the game, right? So it wouldn't hurt, and so far as it works perfectly for what the song is and the thematic of it. So I think I'm gonna give this song it's almost a B tier, but I'm gonna give it a C tier, okay? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and share it with your friend. Also, please don't forget to visit my Patreon, my Ko-fi profile, and my Ko-fi store in case you want to support my work further, and my Teespring merch shop. And of course, ex nihilo nihil fit.